Hello friends, this video on electric current and its effects part 5 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. So that was another part of the circuit. Now let us talk about the most important part of the circuit, that is the cell. So electric cell is that thing in the circuit which is the source of electric current. So it is the device that generates electricity. So without an electric cell, there will be no current at all because there is nobody else who can generate electricity. Now when we talk about current flowing, what is current? Nothing but the flow of electrons. But from where are we getting those electrons? So those electrons are actually coming from the cell. So if there is no cell, obviously there is going to be no current. So cell is a very important part of the electric circuit. So when you try to perform this experiment, you take the bulb, you take a cell or a battery and you join the entire circuit. So in this case the bulb glows because the current is generated by the cell and then that current flows through the entire complete circuit. Now when you look at how an electric cell generates electricity, you will see that, when you actually see the construction inside an electric cell, because from outside it just looks like a small cylindrical thing where you have a positive and a negative terminal mentioned. But if you actually look at the interior, the construction of an electric cell, you will see that it is constructed in such a way that a lot of chemical reactions are actually taking place inside, which causes the electrons to flow. So all these chemical reactions are responsible for the flow of the electric charges. So if you ever get a chance to learn more about the structure of electric cell, you will see that there are two electrodes. One is a positive electrode, another one is a negative electrode. And due to the presence of these two electrodes and the presence of a solution which is often termed as electrolyte. So you have a positive electrode, you have a negative electrode, and you have an electrolyte. So electrolyte is basically a solution which is present inside the cell. So these are the important parts as far as construction of an electric cell is considered. So this entire setup of electric cell facilitates the transformation of energy from one form to another. Basically, as I said, a lot of chemical reactions will be taking place inside, and then these chemical reactions, so basically the chemical energy which is stored inside the cell gets converted into electrical energy and vice versa. So transformation of energy is one very important aspect of electric cell. Now we will not get into the working of electric cell. However, if you are interested to know more about it, you can refer the video lessons on physics for class 11th and 12th. So there you will see more and more detail on working of a cell. So that was cell. Now, why do we need battery? Because I said that battery is nothing but two or more cells joined together to form a battery. Now, when the need of our electricity is more, because I said that cell is nothing but the generator of electricity. Now, if we need more electricity, so in that case, one cell is just not enough. So in that case, we need more cells to combine together to generate more electricity. So let us take a small example. Let us suppose that you have a 10 rupee note. That's all you have, a 10 rupee note. And you want to buy a sandwich. Now when you go to the shopkeeper, he says that the cost of the sandwich is 50 rupees. But what do you have? Let's say this is you and you have a 10 rupee note. You just have one 10 rupee note. Now you went to the shopkeeper to buy a sandwich. And the shopkeeper said that the price of the sandwich is 50 rupees. Now, but you just have one 10 rupee note. So, will that be enough to buy you a sandwich? No. But instead of 10 rupee note, instead of one 10 rupee note, if you have 5 notes of 10 rupees, so that will sum up to form 50 rupees. And this can buy you the sandwich. right? So the same thing is true here. So sometimes one cell is not sufficient to produce enough electricity. So in that case, multiple cells are grouped together to form a battery, and therefore a battery is capable of generating more amount of electricity. So look at this. Here we have two cells which are connected back to back to form a battery. Now a battery can be a combination of two cells. A battery can also be a combination of four cells. It can be more than four cells. So how we connect the cells to form a battery is that the positive terminal of one cell is connected to the negative terminal of the second cell, and so on. So let us say if this is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal, this is positive, this is negative. So the negative of the first cell is connected to the positive of the next. Again, the negative of this one will be connected to the positive of the next cell, and so on. So that is why when you represent it in a circuit, this is how we represent it, which shows that positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, and so on. So negative connected to positive, again negative connected to positive, and so on. So this is how we arrange multiple cells to form a battery. Now the question is, where do we use batteries? Now, have we ever seen batteries being used around us? Yes, in a lot of things. Torch, the most common example, and it is very easy to open the torch and see the batteries inside. So once you take the batteries out of the torch, does your torch work? No, because battery is the source of electricity. If there is no battery, there is no working of the torch. Look at the remote of your television. The remote also operates on a battery. So just if you want to have a look, just reverse the remote, and on the back side you will see that a symbol will be there which will show that the battery exists here. So once you open that panel, you will be able to see the battery. A lot of toys, a lot of musical toys or toys which move from one place to another, they also operate on batteries. In fact, the singing doll, dancing dolls which you have, they all operate on batteries. You also have the inverters in your houses or in your companies which provide you backup. When there is a power cut, your inverters are able to provide you backup. That's because inverter is again can generate electricity, so it can act as a backup. You look at the batteries in your car. So the batteries in your car, what are they? Again, they are the batteries. So basically batteries have huge number of applications. So you can actually see a lot of battery operated devices. And I hope you understand how important battery is, because it is able to generate electricity. And electricity can run a lot of appliances. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more educational videos with a better experience. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you once again.